Hello and welcome. My name is Sammy, and tonight we are doing class 4 of a 12-week women's health program. And our first 4 weeks have been foundations, getting into the habit of getting on the mat, getting nice and familiar with simple postures, and just deepening our breath, slowing down. And that's what we're going to extend on today. So I invite you to just come, sit, drop in, make sure you've got your props handy. We're definitely going to be using some blocks, so make sure you've got those. And when you're ready, crossing your legs, hands resting on your lap, dropping your shoulders down away from your ears. And take a breath in as you lift into your spine, lifting into the crown of your head. And on the exhale, maintaining that lift, but maybe closing your eyes and softening into your face. And taking some time here to let go of your day. Compartmentalizing your thoughts so that you can be present in your practice for the next hour. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing the natural flow of your breath in and out of your nose. An optional focus today is to see if you can linger in your breath a little. Inhaling completely and maintaining a little hold at the end of the inhalation. And exhaling completely. Having a little hold, a pause at the end of the exhalation. And really just working on fostering your own rhythm throughout your practice. And just taking a few more rounds of your breath. A nice steady inhale and pause. And a controlled, steady exhale and a gentle pause. And we'll go ahead and move straight into some Gauranga breathing, taking one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. Just allowing your mind to completely rest in the mantra as you say the sound. Exhaling completely. Breathing in. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. One last time. Gauranga. Lowering your hands to rest on your lap, allowing the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. And opening your eyes. And we'll start by warming up into our neck, shoulders, and spine, dropping your chin toward your chest, letting your head be nice and heavy, feeling a gentle stretch through the upper back and the neck. Inhale, raising your chin, looking up. Exhale, come back to center, turning your head to the right, gently working your chin to the right until you feel a nice stretch through the right side of your neck. Coming back to center and over to the other side, stretching over to the left without straining. And back to center, lowering your right ear toward your right shoulder. And maybe taking your right hand to rest on the side of your head, helping to work your head down, increasing the stretch, and release. Over to the other side, left ear toward the left shoulder. And for more of a stretch, taking your left hand to the side of your right head. Right side of your right head, right side of your head. And come back to center. And now twisting around to the right, whole body twist, taking your left hand to your right knee, turning to look over your left shoulder, right shoulder. We need to do a little brain warm up first, I think. And come back to center, over to the other side, right hand to the left knee, turning to look over your left shoulder. Come back to center, and now taking it side to side. So then we've worked through the neck, and then taking the spine in some different directions, one more time each way. Good. And back to center. Now taking your shoulders round in circles. 3 circles back, and then 3 circles forward. Beautiful. Come back to center and make your way over onto all fours. Stacking your shoulders above your wrists and hips above your knees. Spreading your fingers and thumbs nice and wide, pressing down into your palms so that you're nice and strong through your shoulders. And moving into some cat-cows. Inhaling to tilt your pelvis forward, and then begin to lengthen through your spine as you look forward and arch through your back. Exhaling, tuck the chin. Press down through your palms, round through your back, tailbone tucks under, looking toward your belly. Inhaling, changing directions, tilt your pelvis, looking up. Exhaling, rounding through your spine in the opposite direction. Now keep moving with your breath. Just doing 2 more each way. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Take a breath. Now inhaling, raising your right arm up. And exhale, taking your left leg back. Reaching the arm and the leg, and lengthening into your fingertips as you simultaneously lengthen back into your toes. Seeing if you can keep that left hip working down as you raise the arm, opposite arm to leg, a little higher. Exhale. And lower your hand and shin to the floor. Take a breath between sides. Inhaling, this time taking the left arm and right leg up. And pressing down into your base to help you stabilize. Keeping the right hip working down as you raise the arm and leg up. Holding here. Breathing naturally. Exhale, release. We're going to move on to something a little bit more challenging. So if it feels like too much, you can just repeat that same bird dog position. Otherwise, we're going to go raising opposite arm to leg. So starting with the right arm up, left leg raised, bending through the knee and reaching the hand back to catch the ankle or the foot. And then press the floor away as you raise that foot up. Holding here. Two more breaths. And carefully release, lowering with control. Take a breath between sides. And raising the right leg and the left arm. Getting nice and steady first. Option to stay there, or for more of a challenge, reaching back to catch hold of your foot. And now really working down into a firm foundation. Press the floor away with your palm and lower leg. Gazing at a point in front of you. And one more breath. And release. Knee and hands to the floor. Let's take a little child's pose just for a short breath. Taking the spine in the opposite direction. Now inhale, pressing up onto all fours again for thread the needle. Raising the right arm up, nice big reach. Exhale, taking the arm down and through, lowering your shoulder to the floor. Your cheek rests on the floor. Inhale, raising the left arm up, placing your hand on your sacrum or tucking your fingers in front of your right thigh. Softening into your face and then begin to peel your top shoulder back. Try to keep reaching back into your hips as you soften down into your shoulder. One more breath here. And unraveling, bringing both hands to the floor, coming back onto all fours, and let's change sides. Inhaling, taking the left arm up. Exhale, taking it down and through. Left shoulder comes to the floor. Inhale, taking the right arm up and back, hand to the sacrum or in front of your left thigh. Inhaling to draw the top shoulder back. Settling into your breath. And keeping your mind focused within your practice. One more breath. And unravel. Bring both hands to the floor. Coming back onto all fours, take a breath. Now walking your hands forward just slightly, we're going to come back into downward dog now. Just taking your time, tuck your toes under and lifting your hips high. So starting with your foundation, checking your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. Press the floor away and already feel that activation through your shoulders. And then sending your hips up, keeping your heels lifted. And seeing if you can draw your torso or your belly in toward your thighs. And your thighs in toward your belly. So they're pressing in toward each other. Oop. Getting a nice big exaggerated stretch. And then releasing the heels down and settling into a downward dog position. You might like to warm up a little bit by lifting and lowering your heels to stretch out through the backs of your legs. And when you feel ready, just allowing yourself to hold downward dog. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. And perhaps you start with slightly bent knees to focus on length through your spine. And then maybe starting to slowly straighten them. Focusing on lengthening through the backs of the legs, stretching and opening through the entire back of the body. Holding here for a couple more breaths. Now exhaling, stepping your right foot in between your hands and dropping your back knee to the floor. Coming into a lunge position, hands to your front knee as you lower your hips down toward the floor. Then inhaling, raising your arms up above your head. Hips moving down toward the earth as you reach the fingertips toward the sky. We're going to add a little bit of movement to the pose now. So inhale, lifting, pressing down into your front foot and lifting through the hips. And exhaling, dropping the hips down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, soften into your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale. Holding here for 2 more breaths. Maybe going into a slight back bend. And on your exhale, lowering your arms, hands to the floor, tuck your back toes, pressing back into downward dog. Take a breath. Exhale completely and step your left foot in between your hands. Let's do the other side. Start by bringing your hands to your front knee, softening your hips to the floor. Then inhaling to raise your arms up. Hips are moving down as the hands reach up. Now bringing that dynamic movement into our hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. And as you lift up, really drawing up through Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, feeling it all the way into your core and your midsection. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Holding here for a couple more breaths. Reaching, lifting through your heart center. Gentle back bend. And on your exhale, lowering your hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes and step back into downward dog. Take a breath. And release your knees to the floor. And come to sit on your heels. So, coming into gate latch pose now. So I'm going to go sideways on your mat, but wherever you've got space, you should be fine where you are. Balancing on your knees and extending your right leg out to the side with your toes pointing down toward the floor. So you're open through the hips, sliding your right hand down your right leg. Inhale to reach your left arm up and over. So just taking it nice and easy, getting a strong opening through the left side of your body as you gently fold, keeping the right leg engaged to protect your knee. And then you might like to really just gently fold over that leg. Holding here for a few more breaths. Good. And rising up. Nice invigorating posture, bringing your knees back together. Taking the left leg out to the side, toes pointing down, switching on your thigh. Squeeze nice and strong. Sliding your left arm, left hand down your leg, floating the right arm up and over. Good. Settling into your breath. And coming all the way back up. Knees come together, sitting on your heels, and take a breath. Beautiful. All right, let's come up to stand at the top of our mat for 3 rounds of sun salutation. You can follow along with me at my pace or choose a slower pace that suits you better. Starting in mountain position, shoulders down away from your ears, arms down by your sides. On your inhale, reaching the arms up, palms come together, looking to your thumbs, spine is lifting. Exhaling as you fold forward, hands to the floor. Inhaling, bringing your fingertips to the floor, looking forward, flat back. Exhaling, hands to the floor, jump or step back into plank, and lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lifting back into downward dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. And taking your time with each breath. Exhale completely. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting all the way back up, palms together. Exhaling, arms down by your sides. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. Elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding for 3. Exhale completely, looking between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, looking to your thumbs. Exhaling, arms down by your sides. 1 final round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor, jump back, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding, settling into your breath. See if you can find the pauses, the end of the inhalation, end of the exhalation. And when you're ready, exhaling completely, looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Take a breath. All right, now standing with your feet straight under your hips, bending through your knees, swooping your arms down and through, taking your upper arms alongside your ears, coming into chair pose, drawing in through your navel, sinking down into your hips. Shoulders down away from your ears, but at the same time, see if you can keep reaching into your fingertips. Good, staying here for just a couple more breaths. Feeling the heat being cultivated in your legs and rising up your body. And then pressing all the way up to standing. Lowering your arms down by your sides. Now standing with your feet hip distance apart for forward folds. I'm going to take my hands to my hips. I love the feeling of feeling your pelvis kind of move and tilt forward. So hands to the top of your hips and see if you can feel that nice kind of grip around your pelvic girdle. Navel drawing in, hinging at the hips as you fold forward. And then lowering your hands to the floor. Maybe wrapping your first two fingers around your big toes or belt around the soles of your feet or hands to the ankles. And we'll move with our breath. So folding in, exhaling, and inhaling to come into a half lift. Focusing on lengthening your spine, lifting through the sitting bones, looking forward, and exhaling to soften and curl in. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Moving with your breath. So just continuing in this way, I'm going to let you go on your own rhythm completely now. And then when you're ready, you can settle into a forward fold, holding forward. Couple of options. If you want to have a more structured or assertive approach, you can keep that hold on your ankles or your toes and keep drawing in. Or if you're feeling like a more relaxed approach, you can cradle your elbows in your hands and hang forward. We'll stay here for another 3 breaths. And begin to release. Releasing your grip. Take your hands to your hips. Soft bend through your knees as you press down into your feet and lift all the way back up to standing. Just taking it nice and easy now as everything balances out again. Lower your arms down by your sides. All right, give your legs a little shake. Good. Okay, we're going to go through a standing series now, starting with Warrior 1. So standing with your feet hip distance apart and step your right foot back, placing it at about a 45-degree angle, bending through your front knee, stacking the front knee over your front ankle, and taking your time to build that firm foundation through your feet, up into your legs, lifting through your back inner arch so that you feel this leg really switch on. And then from there, raising your arms up, feeling your ribs lifting out of your waistline. And not being afraid to explore dropping a little deeper into that front leg, deeper into the bend. One more breath here. Then inhale, lifting and straightening through the front leg as you rotate around to the side, coming into Warrior 2. And just heel-toeing that front foot across, opening up the back foot slightly. Back foot is running parallel with the back end of the mat and turning to look just beyond your right fingertips, arms outstretched. And again, just being open to the idea of exploring, dropping a little deeper into that front leg. And the more you feel this front leg working, press into your back foot to try and distribute some of that weight and energy through your hips and through your back leg. And then inhale, take it back, reverse. And exhale, coming into side angle. So dropping the hand to the floor or forearm to rest on top of your thigh. Lowering the top arm down to rest just above your ear. Keep lifting through the hips, keep pressing down strongly into your back foot. Two more breaths here. And inhale, pressing back up. Swivel the back foot around and step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Take a breath between sides. And when you're ready, stepping the left foot back, spinning that back foot down at a 45-degree angle. Starting with your foundations, feet planted firmly, lifting through the back inner arch, and bending through the front knee. I'm going to go easy on this side because my back ankle's still not quite right yet, still healing. And when you feel ready, raising the arms up, coming into Warrior One. Settling into your breath. Maybe dropping a little deeper. And then opening out to the side into Warrior Two. Heel toe the front foot across. Open out the back foot slightly. And turning to gaze just beyond your right fingertips. See if you can drop a little deeper into the front leg. Okay, taking it back. A brief moment in reverse warrior. And then taking it forward. Either forearm to the thigh or hand to the floor or a block. And taking your top arm extended from shoulder out to the fingertips, resting just above your ear. Nice long line from your left foot all the way up to your left fingertips. Good, and going back through Warrior Two. Swivel the back foot around and step forward. Take a breath. All right. I'm going to use my blocks. I'm going to just have them handy here because we're going to go through triangle and then through revolved triangle. And I find having a block under the hand for a revolved triangle just makes it feel a little bit more comfortable and accessible. All right, starting with your feet stepped nice and wide. Turning the right toes out and the left toes in. Raising your arms out at shoulder height. Sending your hips to the left as you reach over to the right. Squeezing your thigh muscles, pressing down strongly into the feet. And taking your hand down. Reaching up into the top hand. And then engaging through your torso, so you're drawing in through your navel and spiraling the lower ribs through, long through your spine, whole body nice and active, gazing up toward your fingertips if you can. Beautiful. Pressing down into your feet. Lift all the way back up to standing. Changing over to the left now. Turn the right toes in and the left toes out. Legs are nice and engaged. Sending the hips to the right, reaching to the left. Already feeling that engagement through your torso, engagement through the legs. And lower your hand down. Reaching up into the top fingertips. turning to look up. Okay, releasing, finding your way back up to standing. Lower your arms, come back to center. We'll take a breath before we move into revolved triangle. So you're going to swivel your feet so that they're pointing toward the top of your mat. Your back foot will naturally be turned out slightly. So reaching for your block, placing it to the outside of your foot. Maybe you don't need a block. And we're going to raise our arms up to shoulder height and then rotate around to the right, placing the left hand on top of the block or your foot or the floor and reaching the right arm up. So it's quite a strong twist through your midsection. It takes a little bit of strength and effort, but try to keep lengthening through your upper body so you stay long through your spine instead of sort of compensating and curling in. So long through the spine, press down firmly into the block, reaching up into the top hand, pressing down into the feet. And release. Cartwheeling the arms up, rotating the feet around to the opposite side now. Placing your block if needed. Okay, raising the arms up, revolving around to the left, lowering the right hand to the top of the block, reaching the left arm up. So pressing down into your base. Nice twist through the belly and the spine. Couple more breaths here. Breathing as best you can in this slightly awkward position. And release. Cartwheel the arms up. Lower your arms. Keeping your feet out wide. Setting the blocks aside. Moving into a wide-legged standing forward fold now, our last standing posture before we make our way down to the floor. Okay. Hands to your hips. Lift through your spine and folding forward. Taking your hands to the floor in a half lift. And then when you're feeling ready and stable through your base, walking your hands underneath your body, drawing your torso forward and toward that space between your legs. Maybe the crown of your head comes to the floor. And holding here for about 5 breaths. Feeling your sitting bones lifting. And really pressing down into your feet as you lift through your inner arches. One more breath. Walk your hands forward, come into a half lift. Take a breath. Raising your hands to your hips, press down through your feet, and come all the way up to standing. Heel toe your feet together. And release your hands, take a rest. Take a breath, feeling the beautiful flow of energy, blood flow, and just general circulation through your body. And then making your way down to your mat in a seated position. Bringing both legs out in front, we'll take our right foot in for head to knee pose on the right side. Lift and lengthen, and then folding forward over your right leg. You can take a belt around the sole of your foot, holding into your ankle, or holding onto the sole of your foot, and fold. As we move through seated postures, it's a nice opportunity for less instruction and more turning inwards. Going into more of that cultivation of yin energy now. And lifting halfway up, Placing your forearm on your lower leg or just in front of your lower leg to the inside, and going into a bit of a revolved head to knee position. So pressing down into your forearm as you peel that left shoulder back, reaching the arm up and over, maybe reaching for the toes. And release. Lifting up. Extending the left leg out. Bringing the right foot in. Lift and lengthen and fold forward over that left leg. And settling into your breath. Feeling your heart rate and your breath rate starting to slow down now. Transitioning into revolved head to knee now, forearm to the floor, and bringing the lower ribs through and the top shoulder back, reaching your arm up and over, maybe taking hold of your toes, gently pressing down into that lower arm to help you lift through your spine as you revolve. Release. Extending both legs forward for seated forward fold. Lifting nice and tall, scooping in through your belly, hinging forward at the hips, reaching your arms forward. Taking hold of a point of contact or a belt, and surrender forward. So we're going to hold here in the seated forward fold for about 10 breaths. So it's going to give us plenty of time to come into the pose and then really breathe into it. Every exhalation is an opportunity to soften and surrender a little deeper into the pose. So just taking it in your own pace. Listening to your body, making any adjustments you need to throughout the hold. Finding a balance of gentle engagement through your thighs. And gentle scooping in through the belly just to create space at the top of the thighs for that fold. And then maybe also using a little bit of effort to use your hands to draw your torso toward your thighs. Let's hang here for 2 more breaths. And then begin to release. Walking your hands back up your legs, coming back into an upright position. Relax your legs. And now bend through your knees, bringing the soles of your feet together into a butterfly position. Lifting nice and tall, pressing your knees down toward the floor, and then folding forward, using your elbows to work your knees down. Keeping that left knee bent, taking it under, and take your right foot over the top. Grounding both hips to the floor and turning to the right, taking your left hand to your right knee, maybe the elbow to the outside of your knee, and twisting around to the right. Gently pressing your back hand down into the floor to help you lift through your spine. Release back to center. And take the right leg under and the left leg over the top. Coming into a nice twist now with your right hand working against your left knee, or maybe your elbow to the outside of your left knee, opening up through your palm and gently pressing the back hand down, helping you to lift and spiral through the spine. And relax, come back to center. And all the way over onto your belly. Last couple of postures now. Setting yourself up for cobra pose, taking your hands underneath your shoulders. And very gently starting to engage through your base. So your legs are long, pointing back into your toes, and gentle engagement through your glutes. Now lifting through the spine, lifting the head and shoulders. Your whole back is nice and active, and maintaining length in the spine as you press down into your palms, keeping your elbows gently bent, working into your ribs, broadening through the collarbones, and finding yourself in cobra, holding here for a few breaths, pressing down into your palms. Lower your head to the floor. Gently rock your hips from side to side. Good. Now flipping over onto your back. Bending your knees, feet nice and close to your hips. With your arms down by your sides, palms down. Tucking your tailbone and lifting your hips. Lifting up just to a diagonal position to begin with, then exhaling to lower down. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, tuck the tailbone and lift. Exhale, lower down. Now inhale, lifting up. Lifting the hips high, pressing down into your feet. Further still, interlocking your hands underneath your body and drawing your shoulder blades together. Lifting high through the hips, the sternum. Feeling your chest drawing closer toward your chin, creating a nice contraction through the throat and thyroid area. Seeing if you can lift just a little higher, engaging your legs. Pressing down into your feet, big toes to the floor. Okay, for our last couple of breaths, pressing down, lifting just a little higher. Strong engagement through the back of your body. And exhale, begin to release, starting with your hands and then your shoulders, and slowly lower your spine to the floor, one vertebra at a time. And your hips are the last to come down. Allow your knees to fall in toward one another and rest for a moment. Hugging your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze as you gently lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor. Relax your feet to the floor and just rocking your knees a little from side to side, going into a gentle spinal twist. And when you're ready, coming back to center and making yourself comfortable in Shavasana. Laying on your back with your feet naturally falling out to the sides. Arms down alongside your body, palms up. And if you'd like to utilize any props, you can take a bolster or cushions under your knees, maybe a cushion under your head. A blanket if it's cold where you are. And giving yourself this time to rest completely, integrating some of the benefits of all the techniques we've just practiced. And taking a moment here to notice how your mind and body feel after your practice. And for those of you who have been practicing along regularly, just reflecting on how familiarity really does breed comfort in our practice. It breeds so much ease, and it allows us to explore our body and our breath, the subtleties of the practice with more depth. Sometimes we notice things and we experience things that we just haven't felt before. And just giving yourself a few more breaths here, resting, and then I'll guide us through a very simple body scan to help relax our body even further. Alright, so just feeling your body heavy as it rests against the floor. Feeling as if your entire body is merging with the earth beneath you. And feeling as if the entire front of your body is getting lighter and lighter, as if it's drifting upwards into the sky above you. Your legs are heavy. Your belly is soft. Your arms are heavy and relaxed. Relax and release your entire spine. Feeling your head to be heavy and your face to be soft. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You are the silent witness to the experience of your body, all of its sensations. You're a silent witness to the subtle covering of the mind, aware of its constant activity, but also aloof from the body and the mind. Contemplating upon the wisdom, aham brahmasmi. I am not my body, I am not my mind. I am the silent witness seated within, the spiritual entity. Aham brahmasmi. Now we're going to move into a very sweet and short kirtan practice. So if you'd like to stay lying down where you are, you can, or you can carefully make your way up to a seated position. And we'll sing and repeat the mantra Gauranga. You can join in as you feel comfortable. Singing from your heart and resting your mind and heart as you listen. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. All right, now bringing our palms together to close off our practice, offering our respects to one another, and then bowing our heads to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.